everyone. This is Rick Walsh and Doug Jones, and welcome to our Thursday night or Tuesday night training call. We're announcing our holiday incentive, a November to Remember. Got a lot of great information to go over with you tonight, and so listen up, take notes, because it's going to affect your income. Christmas shopping is going to come early. So let me introduce that by going through what we normally start any kind of training and webinar with, and that is our bottom line. And our bottom line is we give away free solar systems worth tens of thousands of dollars, and we immediately cut our clients' utility bills by 20 to 50%. We pay thousands in commissions to the field for the sale, and we have company experts close the sale for you. Now, we say it doesn't get any better than that, but a few months back, we did announce how it did get better than that, and that was with our referral program, the Unisun Solar Network Solar Champion Program, where you could be fed leads. We showed you how anyone could become a solar champion, and just for referring somebody who is qualified for a solar savings analysis and goes through the process, we would pay that solar champion $50 on your behalf for giving you that referral. They became a solar champion absolutely free, and for each referral they sent to you through a phone application, they received $50. And if that turned into a sale, they would receive an additional $250, and if they had 5 of those in a 90-day period, an additional $1,000. What a great program. You get to hire your lead generators, and we pay them on your behalf. I mean, there's no other program out there that will allow you to have, well, you know, what the insurance and the real estate industry call bird dogs. You know, people out there looking for clients on your behalf, giving you the referral, where you're able to vet them a little bit and put them on a solar savings analysis, and we pay them on your behalf, and we pay them handsomely. You know, the core of our business is the solar savings analysis. I mean, where else can you have a business where experts from the company actually take the time and do a screen share and have already designed a system for your client and shows them step by step how solar would look like on their home, how they can have it free of a cost for the product, a cost for the installation, a cost for the maintenance, and show them step by step exactly what they would save in the past 12 months, show them what their potential savings is over the next 25 years, which is normally enough to put a child through college, anywhere from 40 to, you know, 60, 70, $80,000 for a free solar system. So you got to concentrate. You know, if we concentrate on the solar savings analysis, the rest will come through. As they say, if you build it, they will come. If you expose enough people to the solar savings analysis, you can make an unbelievable secondary income or change your lifestyle, not just create a living. And so with that, what we've done is we've gone even a step further. Not only for the month of November will we pay your solar champion for referring to you, your remuneration then, of course, is the sale of the product, which could be in the thousands of dollars in commission. But what if you find that client yourself and you create the solar savings analysis? Well, that's where we're going to change it. What the solar champion did is you got leads from the champion, you turned them into prospects by you, the consultant, and they were turned into customers by inside sales. Well, now we are looking to remunerate you for doing the activity to build your business, getting the solar savings analyses yourself. Now we will pay you for the solar savings analysis, whether or not your client becomes a client and goes solar. And here's how the November to Remember incentive is going to work. On the very first qualified solar savings analysis that you have done during the month of November, on the Friday following that week, we will be sending you $50. Now, should you decide that you can't get the entire family everything they want on their Christmas wish list for $50, then all you got to do is go out and get a second solar savings analysis. And on the second one, we will give you $60 in addition to the $50 for the first one. In other words, the second solar savings analysis that you have, this qualified, will now pay even more than the first. But the third, the third is going up another $10 to $70 just for the solar savings analysis. And then the fourth qualified solar savings analysis will pay you $80. And you know what? We're not going to stop there. And we're not going to put a top limit on it. $90 for the next one, $100 for the next, $110 for the next, $120 for the next. If you want to find out how you can do all of your Christmas shopping in December and get everybody's wish list completely filled up, all you need to do is do what is necessary to build your business, create the core and the pillar of your business by qualified solar savings analysis that you refer. You can still have your champions refer the solar savings analysis to you. They will get paid their normal $50, $250, and $1,000. You will get paid on the sale, which obviously is a lot larger, but that will not be considered one of your own personally qualified solar savings analysis. So the November to Remember incentive are the ones that you bring to the table. Although you can still be using your solar champions, it is your personal referred solar savings analysis that will pay $50 for the first, $60 for the second, $70 for the third, $80 for the fourth, and so on. So what is meant by a qualified solar savings analysis? Folks, it's almost self-evident. It's a person who is interested in possibly going solar and is qualified to go solar if they decided to. Quite simply, it is a sale that is waiting to be closed, that has the ability to be closed. If somebody has a roof that's completely shaded and they can't do anything about it, nobody can close that sale. That, of course, would not be qualified. If somebody doesn't have somebody credit qualified in their home with the 650, that would not be considered qualified. If they get on the solar savings analysis and say, well, I'm just doing this for a friend so he can earn $50, well, you know, that's not qualified. It's not somebody who could turn into a sale but just decided they don't want to. That's pure and simple what a qualified solar savings analysis would be. It's a personal referral, not by the champion. They have an interest in going solar. Whether or not they go solar doesn't affect your remuneration. They are a California homeowner. It is in California, and they live in the home. The home qualifies, and the homeowner qualifies. The home qualifies by not being totally shaded. It qualifies by not having a shake roof. The homeowner qualifies by living in the house. They qualify by themselves or someone else having a 650 credit score. And obviously, they have a utility bill where we can show them savings in the first year. That's a requirement of our hedge fund investor, is that we're able to show a savings in that first year. Now remember, the biggest savings are not in the first year. We hear people coming on and saying, oh, you could only save me $10 a month right now. I guess it's just not worth it. Not worth it? Wait a minute, it's free. Not only that, your home value just went up $15,000. Not only that, your home will sell quicker if you decide to sell it. Not only that, next year, not only are you going to save 10%, but you're going to save 18% because your bill's going to go up 8%. And the year after that, another 8%. Until finally, you know, it's a savings of 100, 150, whatever. The big savings are in the long run. And the final one is they go through the entire presentation. That's right. They got to show up. And it's how you set that appointment that's going to make the difference on whether or not they show up and go through the presentation. But that is how you can earn a lot of money. So imagine if your entire organization takes advantage of this. Hey, it's going to be a very, very happy holiday season. Now, one thing you'll notice that's new in the back office there, when you go to put in your client for the solar savings analysis, and we recommend that you go and do that, not them. You could have them on the computer with you. You could take their information, but you want to be the one who puts it in there because you're going to put a lot of information in that comments section. That's where you're going to educate inside sales on exactly what they need to do to close your client and put thousands of dollars in your pocket. Exactly how to schedule a solar savings analysis. Notice there's a video on there now to the right, and it's a very short video, and it walks you through the process of what information is necessary in order to get a qualified solar savings analysis, what type of information we're looking for in the comment section, etc. Also, starting by the end of this week, when we send out a reminder letter to your client to go on there, enclosed in that reminder letter is going to be a link to a video that'll show them what to expect on the solar savings analysis. So not only can you prep them and prepare them, but we will also be helping to prep and prepare your client to go solar with a free solar system. One of the things you got to keep in mind right now is net metering is coming to an end this winter. It might make it to the springtime, but that's it, folks. And those that are in and have their solar system up are grandfathered to net metering for the next 20 years. Those who are not are not. What is net metering? Well, right now, your solar panels on your roof will create more electricity than your house can use. That excess electricity goes through the meter, your meter spins backward, and basically the utility is just sort of holding it there until the sun goes down and you need to get electricity from them because you're not producing anymore. They send you back your own electricity. It's like they operate it as your battery. If they're normally selling you electricity for 25 cents a kilowatt hour, they're giving you credits for 25 cents a kilowatt hour. In other words, they're giving it back to you for whatever you gave it to them. You got to remember the utilities don't like this too much because, you see, the utilities can create electricity for 3 cents a kilowatt hour. Why do they want to give it back to you, give you 25 cents for yours? They don't want to. And so they have a deal with the Public Utilities Commission that when they reach a certain limit, and with PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, it's 5%. Once they reach that, they don't have to do net metering anymore. They'll still take your electricity, but they'll take it at 3 cents. And they'll still give you electricity at night, and they'll give it to you for 25 cents. You get to buy your own electricity back for a premium of 23 cents a kilowatt hour. Over the 20 years of your system, that is going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Is solar a good deal after net metering goes away? Yes, it is. Is it as good a deal? No, no way. Now, here's what you got to remember. Net metering, if they reach that 5% cap, net metering stops then. There's no warning. They don't call people. They won't put it on the news. It's just the end of net metering for anyone who doesn't have their system up and plugged in already to the utility. So if you ordered your system in December and we install it in January and they connect it in February, but in January they reach the net metering limit, even though you ordered it, even though it was installed, if they didn't flip the switch over to solar, you lose net metering for life. But if you got in under that deadline, you got it for life. There is a sense of urgency, and that sense of urgency is going to cost every single homeowner who doesn't get in under the wire tens of thousands of dollars. Pure and simple, that's the way it is, folks. So we've got a sense of urgency. It's ending this winter, spring at the latest. And so make sure you take full advantage of the November to Remember. Get as many people as you can on the solar savings analysis and earn your money, because the bottom line is we do give away free solar systems worth tens of thousands of dollars. We immediately start our clients or cut our utility bills by 20 to 50%, and we pay thousands in commissions to the field for the sale. Now we pay 50 to 60, 70, 80, 90 just for someone to look at it. And we have company experts close that sale for you. And no, it doesn't get any better than that. And so what I want to do is thank everybody for being on here, but I want to turn it over to Doug Jones. Doug is obviously, oh boy, I'm getting my echo, Doug, because you turned your mic back on. Obviously,
okay.
The top performer here in the company and building a business and an organization and a downline and doing an unbelievable job helping us with everything behind the scenes. Doug, let me turn it over to you, what you think is going to happen during the holiday season here.
Hi, Rick. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect.
Okay. Can you give me the screen? I want to show people where they get some training on how to get these things, these solar savings analysis done on our new training blog.
Here you go.
Okay. Are you seeing the blog now on my screen?
Yes, got it.
Okay, guys. This is our Unisun training blog. The address is unisuntraining.blogspot.com. And Blogspot is B-L-O-G-S-P-O-T. So it's Unisun Training, all one word, .blogspot.com. And when you land there, you'll see, the first thing you'll see is the 11 reasons why solar is the right thing to do, which is an important read because this really is much bigger than us. It's not just about helping a homeowner and making some money. This impacts our country and the world as well. So this is not just a business worthy of your energy because you can make a lot of money. It's also a business worthy of because it makes a big difference. So I'd recommend reading that. On the training calls and webinars tab, I think it was either last week or week before, Rick talked about how to get the most sales and how to manage the process. Or actually, I talked about how to manage the process. That webinar is well worth watching as a review. If you saw it already or if you didn't see it, definitely worth watching because Rick really drills into how to get these things done quickly, which obviously is going to be a huge advantage because now we're going to compress time. We're going to do 3 months worth of work in November in order to maximize the value of this incentive. So you want to be as efficient as possible with the time that you have available for this, and that webinar will tell you how to do that. Then I talk about the 5 steps of the solar sales process, and I have notes from that training. This is a recorded audio version of it. If you want to download it, you can do that and pop it into your iPad or whatever and have it with you in the car, or you can read the notes from that call. And it talks about the 5 different steps in the process, which I won't go over now. You can listen and read that. But the first step, of course, is going from initial contact to getting the solar savings analysis done. So I would definitely at least review that part of that training tonight. It'll take you maybe 15 minutes max in order to get your head in the game. Because if you focus, this is an unbelievable incentive program. Until Rick announced it, I had no idea that it was going to be an escalating reward. So I'll tell you, I'm cranked up, and I'm going to be focused on getting this done starting tonight, right after this call. But that training will help you a lot, and especially if you're kind of wondering, how do I talk to people? What do I say? The first thing I would do is go back to the homepage and read the 11 reasons why solar is the right thing to do. If you'd like to have a copy of that, if you click on the resources tab over here, you will see the top link is the document. So you can actually download that and send it to your clients if you'd like to. And it just talks about the 11 reasons why solar is the right thing to do. And the first 3 are all about why it's the right thing to do for your family, which is obviously relevant to everybody. The Solar Champion information is also here under the resources section, and I just today added Solar Champion referral instructions so that if you have a Solar Champion, you can send them that sheet so they know how to refer people to you. Remember, the Solar Champion referrals do not qualify for this incentive, however. They'll still get the $50 they normally get, but you will not get another $50 from a Solar Champion referral, only from your own referrals. That's why it's so important to go back and review the stuff on the training calls and webinars section about how to actually talk to people and get solar savings analysis done. It's getting easier and easier for me because I do it a lot. At first, it was not all that easy. But the more I talk about it, and especially now that I understand how, after having read through those 11 points, I know how big a deal this is and how incredibly valuable it is for homeowners. Guys, Rick was talking about the importance of emphasizing the life of contract savings rather than first-year savings. Guys, if the first-year savings was zero, if it was a wash, we don't do them. They have to save a little money. But if it was just a wash, people would still save if they have a little tiny $150 a month electric bill, and all we can do is match it in the first year. Now, we don't do that. We do better than that. But if that's all we could do, it would still be worth about $30,000 to them over 25 years, and that's based on just an average 4% annual increase from the electric company. And the reason why is because they can lock in their rate with us. Imagine if you could lock in the rate on a gas card 15 years ago when gas was $1 a gallon. And anytime you use that card for the next 15 years, you pay $1 a gallon for gasoline for your car. Would you use that card or use your regular credit card? Obviously, you'd use that card because gas is, I don't know where you are, but gas is about almost $3 where I am. So the same is true with electricity. It has gone up. I've never heard of it going down, and it typically goes up about 6.9% per year in California. So if you take just 4% per year growth, even at a break even on the first year, the clients would still save $10,000 to $20,000 on a little tiny bill, and of course a lot more than that on a larger bill. So it's important to understand how to paint the picture, and all of that is discussed in that training on Rick's webinar here, which is how to get the most sales and manage the process, and then the training call right below that, and then the notes from the training call. So I'd highly recommend you review that. And guys, if you have any questions at all about marketing or anything like that, how to talk to people, that this is a warm market business. If you want to go fast, obviously it works in a cold market. Lots of companies do that. But if you want to maximize your Christmas bonus from this phenomenal incentive that Rick and our CEO Paul Bianchi and Scott Hardcastle, the marketing director, have put together for us, if you want to maximize that, then you've got to go to the people that you know, because then you've got the trust factor established, and you'll be able to talk to them much faster. And guys, the magic words, I'll leave you with this, the magic words are, have you gone solar yet? You can inject that into any conversation you're having with anybody for any reason. When that conversation starts to wind down, just like Columbo in the old, Peter Falk in the old Columbo TV show, just say, by the way, and that opens the door for a new line of thought, right? Say, by the way, have you gone solar yet? And listen to what they say. If they have, then ask them if a lot of people are asking them about it, because they are, and then recruit them as a solar champion or as a rep. If they've already gone solar, I don't care who put the solar panels on their house. We pay more than any other company for referral fees in our Solar Champion program, and we pay a heck of a lot more as a rep. So I'm signing those folks up. I don't care who put the panels on their house. They're going to work with us. And then the second thing they could say is no. And then the response to that is so interesting is if you then say, really, did you know that solar is now free? That you can have it with no cost out of pocket at all. Guys, I have talked to dozens and dozens of homeowners. Not one, and I mean not one, who was not already engaged in the process, and a handful of them are already shopping solar, but not one of them knew that they could have it for no money down. Not one. Despite all the advertising, all the door knockers, all the telemarketers, all the junk mail, not one of them knew it. So what's happened is we're in a situation now where the marketplace is aware of solar. They're curious about solar, but they don't know that they can have it for free. They still think it costs $20,000 to $40,000. You can call people that you know that own homes and simply ask them, have you gone solar yet? That's the million-dollar question. Have you gone solar yet? And if they say no, just say, really? Did you know that solar is now free? You can have it for no money out of pocket at all. And then be quiet and listen to what they say. And then just tell them, hey, I don't know if it'll work for you or not, but let's get you set up with a free analysis. That's all it takes. And that first one's $50 to you if it's qualified. Remember, you have to qualify them. That's talked about in those trainings I mentioned. So they have to be qualified, and they have to complete, if they show up for the appointment and get the presentation. And if they do that, the first one's 50, next one's 60, next one's 70. I'm planning to do a couple of dozen of them. See how far Rick's willing to push this thing. So Rick, back to you.
All righty. Thanks, Doug. Sure appreciate it, everybody, and we're going to open it up for any questions anybody has. This has been recorded. We'll be getting this out to the field by tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Have a great